Alright, here's our guild meeting we're having for April. Of course, as usual, first thing I do is I ask if there's any questions, comments, or concerns that anybody has that are urgent, if they have to leave or anything like that, or if they have anything that's really bothering them. And again, there's no answer.
All good on my end.
Nope.
Okay, well, first thing I have in my notes here, basically, is regarding the issues with promotion and demotion. Is so far it looks like the system that's set up with the guild and everything seems to be working fine. But does anybody have any concerns or suggestions on it?
No, I think it's working really well thus far, personally.
Okay. But speaking of promotions, it has come to my attention. Several people have made the suggestion, and I've been thinking the same thing of promoting in there to officer. Anybody have any objections?
Negative.
Nope, I'm all for it.
Nope.
You go with that in there?
Just, nah, I'm definitely down. I appreciate that, guys.
I mean, you've been doing a lot for the guild. I mean, there's no question on that. So, you know, you definitely deserve it.
Thank you. I'll definitely take that as a compliment, and I'll definitely do my best to do whatever I can. I appreciate you guys. You know that.
Well, I mean, like I keep telling everybody, this guild wouldn't even be even an inkling of what it is. It's you guys that keep it going. They keep it to the high standard that it is. I mean, it's just it's blowing me away how good it's going. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, really, back when I first started recruiting, it was just me.
And more to come, baby.
Yeah. But anyways, now one thing that we talked about last meeting that we were gonna have another meeting sooner, but it never panned out. Was about rating and rated battlegrounds and things like that. Do you guys think that the way it's set up now is working, or what do we need to do to get it going?
And it's, well, actually, I like that the white setup. That was good, so that then everybody knows when it's gonna be.
Okay.
All I know, the last time that we did one, and I really truly think that kind of what our situation is that there's a core group of us that PvP, you know, primarily. And then you've got some people that are willing to kind of come and do anything that everybody wants done, but they don't necessarily PvP that much, so they're not geared. And maybe they don't really understand some of that situation the way that some of the others do. So I kind of think that's why we weren't as successful the last time. And I just think that we just kind of have to look at, like, is that something that we want to consistently do? If so, we're going to have to help some of these people get geared, figure out who they are, and help them become better at it. Like, break down what needs to happen, and so that they're really understanding the battleground. I mean, I know that's something that, like, I still have to figure out on a couple of them, like, what is the deal here? But I really think that would improve things a lot as far as just our outcome goes.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point. I mean, what with that that one guild I was in before, they what they did was they said, okay, we're gonna have raid battlegrounds minimum 3K resilience, and then, of course that was season 10. So
I'll have no problem like giving tips and like practicing with the ones that are not so used to PvP.
right, I mean we're all here to help each other,
Yeah, exactly.
and even I mean
By the way, I think you don't know me. I'm new to the guild.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, what?
I think you don't know me yet. I'm new to the guild.
Okay, I thought I've heard you on before, but I don't know. I'm not trying to shoot you down or anything. I'm just saying I thought I already talked to you, but I guess not.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I apologize. I'm not trying to shoot you down. I'm just trying to keep on track here because I have a limited amount of time. I have to be done by a certain time. With this thing with the rating and everything, I'm thinking maybe we should post something that says, "Hey, if you want to do this, get with somebody. And we'll make sure you're ready to go," or what? Like Ava was saying. Do you think I should do that in the guild message, or just set up like a thing on the calendar, or what?
No, I think that would be cool if we just had something ongoing, like somebody that was like the contact person for whether it was raiding or RBGs. And then, boss, I'm not going to do it right now. Just let me know when it's a good time. But Simic is having to get up like super early tomorrow, so he's not on. But he had a couple things he wanted me to tell you. So just let me know when it's good for that.
Oh, like I said, go for it. It's this is an open discussion, so.
All right, he just said that he'd really like to see the guild start doing more raids, and that some of our people that are like in different guilds or whatnot need to be more active, because he feels like it's just like a core of people that are really contributing. And he specifically mentioned like in there and with Malvo working more, like like we can't just depend on 3 or 4 people all the time. But he really wants to see us start raiding. Like that's his big thing right now. He's geared his PvP like crazy. Or I'm sorry, PvE.
Right, and I got Orb Weaver up pretty well with PvE gear too. So, but yeah, I totally agree with what he was saying there, because we can when I first started doing the guild, I tried the whole thing of relying on just a few certain people, and then like one of them just didn't even show up for like over a month. It's like, now what?
Right.
Because you never know what's going to happen. I mean, the person's going to be the most active player in the world, and all of a sudden, something happens. You don't see him for a month or two, and then all of a sudden they come back and say, "Oh yeah, my house burned down" or something. I mean, obviously, it probably wouldn't go that far, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that's why I decided to make that rank of assistant GM to be in officers and everything, not so just so that it's just this one little group that's it's so that everybody can do it an all-around type thing. If you need to do something with PvP, you can just talk to somebody higher up. You don't have to just talk to one person. But and again, referring to that guild I was in before, one thing that they did was they had certain people set up to talk to about specific roles within PvP and PvE, like tanking, healing, DPS, that kind of stuff. And I'm wondering, do we want to start doing that just kind of in an unofficial capacity, or?
I like that idea.
I mean, obviously, we'd get the person on there and say, okay, so and so is the one to talk to about tanking. They're they're the ones that help you more than anybody, or whatever. That's what they did with me on that guild. So. Now my question though is who's going to do what?
I'll be down. Are you talking about PvE? I know most every raid. My last guild was a big raiding guild. I was raiding 3 days a week, 7 bosses down in Dragon Soul. So I know pretty much all the fights, all that. If anyone needs, they could definitely ask me, or I'm sure there's some other people that do Raid Finder or any of that. If we're gonna do DS, I say we should maybe also do Raid Finder together, just so that when we do 10-man, like everyone is like familiar with that. Like definitely, Raid Finder will be good to go.
Oh, I totally agree with that. That getting prepared for the fights in that way. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I'm not just talking about just knowing the bosses. I'm talking about getting your gear set up just right, because there's a lot like with me with Warweaver. When I first started raiding, I had the right gear, but I didn't have the right setup, and it was just a horrible amount of DPS I was doing. Also, they just tweaked a little here, a little there, and bam, I was one of the top DPSs of the guild. But that was at the start of that and everything.
I mean, I'd be willing to take a role. I know tanking pretty well. I've been on my warrior tanking for like, I would say 4 or 5 years now. So I can definitely do that if you guys want to maybe give that a try.
Okay. And then, like, say for healing, I'm thinking maybe Malvo and Chewy.
Oh yeah, Malvo would be amazing for sure.
I mean, that's one area that I need to get some advice on, because I'm kind of flapping in the wind, going trying to heal it, because I'm so used to just doing DPSing and everything. And of course, with DPS, there's a lot of people they can talk to, so just kind of really depends on the class and what spec and everything. But anyways, with that, moving on to the next subject. I'm sorry, I'm got time constraints here. With the guild bank, is there anybody have any major issues right now, or?
No, I think everything's pretty good with.
Someone brought something up about it in Vent within the last week or so, and I'm trying to think of who it was. But it was the same old complaint of we had too much. You may have been on here, boss. I'm not sure. Do you remember that?
I kind of remember something. I just couldn't remember who it was or what, because it was basically saying nobody's using any of the stuff out of the gear or the cata gear.
Yeah. Was it? It may have been Dark Lotus. What is it? Lotus? I think maybe it was. I mean, it wasn't being insulting or anything, but it was just a conversation.
Right, and I mean, I'm hesitant to take stuff out just because I'm going, wow, someone could really use this, but then there's so much stuff in there that people that can actually use. I'm going, ugh. I try to take out the garbage stuff, like stuff of the whale or something that, like there were some items that apparently were taken out of the guild, and Blizzard said, "Oh yeah, these were pirated or ninja'd from you, and we're giving them back to you," but they had no stats on them, so I had them disenchanted. But other than that, I'm not sure. Is there any suggestions on what specifically we should look out for to say, okay, let's just get rid of anything